on those. So yeah, but it's not something you go to alone. Like I don't really, like, you know, I hang with a small collection of people, but they're not people
You've
you
got the
take to the
contract.
C&E.
Now go.
You know, so so I don't know, but at some point, yeah, to find someone to go with me to it would be great. And when the summer comes, uh, tons of those happening all across Canada. Yeah, C&E is the one here in Toronto.
Recomputing.
And then, of course, since we do have BE6s on here, they would be
Make a
doing their
U-turn
Klondike
now.
Days or their K-Days celebration, which is a lot shorter. And then it's their version of the C&E. So, yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Thanks for asking. And I'm glad I could put you on to something that's pretty neat. It used to be a lot neater in older days. So people liked the C&E back in the day. So there you go. Well, let me unkey for a second. Yeah, well, I've had my
Rebooting.
coffee, so the last thing I'm thinking about is any kind of weed, but
Never mind.
probably
I'll find a new route.
coming on towards the afternoon.
Keep
It's
left,
not really a work
and then
day for
turn
me today.
left.
Maybe the real late afternoon is, but at least right now it isn't.
Turn left.
I'll probably dig into a little more of the, what the hell is it? Oh, that stupid strain. I can't even remember what it is. I'm trying to think. Oh, the cappuccino strain. Yeah. It's like the hypnotic stuff or whatever. So I'll probably dig more into that a little later. Okay. Did you say hand it to somebody? I don't think you did. So I hand you back to Russ.
Anybody else get on the cowbell picture or in and out? Call KP99K. Okay, go back to South this. I go to Bill. Here, Bill, give Bill BOMAI. And then, give back to me. Then move now.
All right. Well, I'm at the fuel line. I'm getting fuel in the truck. I just finished getting the diesel in there, and I got to get the stuff in there. And oh man, I was in Colorado one time driving. I was driving, in, I think it was east. No, I was driving west on Interstate 70, and I saw a set of doubles on the other side of the freeway, and he was missing both wheels on the driver's side of his rear trailer. So he was dragging that brake along the ground, and he had sparks flying, 30 feet behind him from dragging that the axle or whatever he was dragging. Like I said, both of his wheels were gone, so he was on his brake pads or something, and sending out sparks. And he was going. We were trying to get a hold of him on the radio, and there was guys behind him, and he said, "Yeah, we've been trying to get a hold of him for a while now, but he was oblivious to the fact that he was dragging his trailer." And so now I'm getting my
Go
diesel
straight.
exhaust fluid, and I was looking at the weather, and it just said mostly cloudy all day, so I guess maybe it's not going to rain. I need a little bit of rain. I got a little diesel exhaust fluid on the truck here, so got some white on there. I'd like to get some rain to get that off and get some of the dust off. But Yeah, Jeanette, hopefully
Go
we'll
straight.
see if once we get our delivery in Georgia,
Go straight.
Marietta, if we get something going back west so I can get my student dropped off, tested, and get my next student, then we might be able to pass right through there. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Might continue. But other than that, let me go ahead and pass it over to George there. KD0MAI. There you go. I knew I'd remember it sooner or later. Go ahead, George.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's amazing. You see all kinds of things here on the road that you would think the driver would be completely, it'd be obvious to the driver that something's going on. There's no way. If he's passing, you can hear the noise. You should be able to hear the noise too. Last week I was coming down this way, and this guy with a F-250 pickup truck, and he was pulling a nice sized boat. He passed me, and he got back into my lane, and all of a sudden I heard a pop, and I started seeing sparks everywhere,
Right.
and the road was turning black. It was just like a 4-inch line of blackness on the road. And he went for about another mile before he finally decided to pull over, and what happened was his trailer hitch from the boat to the truck had broken in the middle, kind of bent at a 45-degree angle and hit the ground, and he was just dragging that trailer. It was a lot. I could hear it. He was at least 50, 60 feet out in front of me when it happened. I could hear it from here, so why he waited a whole mile before he decided to even think about kind of pulling over, I don't know. He should have a lot. He really could. Anywho, they're having coffee at I can't remember who said that, but I sometimes have coffee in the middle of the night, late in the afternoon. Good for you, man. I love coffee, but man, I can't do that. When I finally retire, I plan to. I have a hard time sleeping. Right now, I take some medicine for that. Help me settle down and fall asleep. Over-the-counter stuff, what it's called. I can't remember it now. It works pretty good. But I wouldn't be mind having a gummy bear of THC in it just about an hour before I go to bed and lay down. But that would work too. Of course, when I retire, I won't really give a darn when I go to bed, right? I can stay up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 6 o'clock at night. Won't matter. I'm retired. Whatever I want to do, right? Anyhow, I believe this time I know exactly who I'm supposed to pass it over to. Russell, go ahead. JB0MAI.
Call N6RDF. N6RDF, are you still there? I go Daryl, if Daryl K6 Super J, you got me, you get up with the big A3, KKY, it's Daryl. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick it up. I don't think there's no reason I wouldn't pick it up. Did I get called and wasn't there or something?
And now after you was fell outside, you know, that was you give over the there you give over KG and then you give over the big KKY, and then she get back to me.
Oh yes, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. No, it was not a Dewey pancake. Dewey's actually right next to me now, eating some food. When I went out there, the car was gone. There was no cats. So I was like, interesting. And when I was coming back in, I saw a shadow still sitting where he was on the railing of the deck. And then, speaking of which, shadow just came in. and Dewey's in. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can get. No, he ran out the door again. I was going to see if I could get both of them in at the same time so I can close the door, but no go. So yeah, no, all the cats are okay. And Addo just came in the door just now, and he's having some food. So I just fueled up the cat food bowl. Yeah. Found one of these. We were talking about and speaking about the technology, watching you. We were down at my buddy's place last night, myself and my buddy and the brother-in-law. We sat down just having a smoke, having a chat, and we were talking about
Keep right,
automatic pet food
then
feeders.
exit right.
And, you know, whether my buddy was talking about how he'd like to get one for his dogs. So at a certain time, he
Exit
can have
right.
the food dispensed automatically, and there's no messing around. And so we were talking about those, and sure enough, I was just on Facebook, and it was started showing me ads for automatic pet food dispensers. I'm just curious if any of you guys use them, if you like them, and how much food can you put in them? Can you put like a week's worth or 2 weeks worth of food in these things and just not have to fill the bowl? Can you get them so that if your cats are looking at the empty bowl and you just want to give them a little few pieces or something, that you can press a button on your phone, or you know, or can you get them app controlled now? I don't really know the features and stuff like that. I'm not buying one. That's like just a frivolous purchase, but so I won't be buying one. But I'm very curious about them now. You know, as to what you can do. Can you feed them on a timer, or is it just once the food is empty, it automatically replenishes? Because I wouldn't want that either, because Dewey will just eat and eat and eat and eat. I don't know what's with him until he sees the bottom of the bowl. I think it's maybe because he was a stray in the beginning and left without food for so many days that maybe now it's like an obsession with him. But neither here nor there. He does eat a lot, and besides Dewey, I call him Chunky Monkey because he's pretty chunky, and he really answers to either name, Dewey or Chunky Monkey. I call him both. He's really starting to get used to Dewey though, so no more Hitler. Terrible name for a cat. Over to you, Gray. AC2VKG. Go ahead, VO1 UKC.
VO1 UKG. KC2 VKG relieved. It wasn't Julie out there. But that's great though. And it's funny how, you know, our minds immediately jump to, what happened to the cat? A couple of things. A lot of interesting stuff came up there. I have one of those pet food dispensers, and I think they are great. I mean, if I miss a meal or if I want to go spend important, I don't have to worry about catching that food. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. You can set a schedule, which is what I do. You can dispense what they call a snack, and you can tell how much to put out just from your phone or from the front of the machine. If it looks empty, there's a button on it. I can just press that, and it'll dump out a quarter of a cup. And it holds more than a week's food. It holds a lot of food, like almost a half a bag of dry food. Maybe, well, and I get the big bags. So that's, I think they're great. I really do. Indispensable. It means they can go on their own. Hey, dude, if you're talking about putting in a cat door, or you're thinking about it, send me a picture of you have some screen door, or storm door.
Keep left.
Send me a picture of it. I found that they are a lot easier to put in than people think. They're designed to be easy to put in. And I have one. The one I use the most goes in the screen. You know, it clips right, it clamps onto the screen, and then you just cut the screen out, and it drops back and forth with magnetic backing. And it's very tough. They're very good, so if you could do with that, send me a picture and I'll come up with some alternatives for you. But if not, then I bet your brother-in-law has hot sauce on. And George, return our time. It is totally surprising and very different. Let me drop up for a second. Yes, KT2 on returning. In retirement, the first thing that strikes
Keep
you
right,
is,
and then
after a
exit
while,
right.
is that you lost your weekends. You don't have weekends anymore. Every day is a Tuesday. Saturday
Exit
and Sundays
right.
don't really matter anymore. You end up trying to stay on some kind of schedule that you can live with. And if you're an early riser, you get up early and you go to bed early. And if you're a late riser, you
Get
late,
ready
and
to
you go
turn
bed late.
right.
And you can kind of lock into that. But the world runs on its own clock, daylight time. And I have a couple of persons who get out of the habit of getting up in the morning and going to bed at night. In other words, they'll stay up all night. They'll do an all-nighter, and then they'll sleep all again. All of a sudden, it's night again, and they kind of got non-24. And it takes a while to get back into that rhythm again because you miss the world. I mean, people are up from this time to that time, and they are not up in the middle of the night at all. Nor are they interested in the club at 4 o'clock in the morning. They just don't. So you kind of have to stay within those boundaries. But retirement is really weird. I mean, you can definitely do your own thing, but you got to try and stay on the planet because, like, the grocery store isn't open at 3 o'clock in the morning either. So, something to think about. Over to you, Kevin. VA3KK1. You ever get non-24 roll out of the regular cycle and then you have to fight your way back? This is KC2, PDKG. Over to you,
Turn right.
VA3KKY.
No, Gray, my mom used to have problems with it, and then she eventually became more understanding of it, where, she would say only psychos and murderers or whatever, or up at ungodly hours or something. And so she used to be really disturbed if I didn't sleep when she slept or whatever. So, there was that kind of misunderstanding about it, and then eventually she started to just kind of, just kind of pick up all kind of stereotypes about it, like saying no one's going to want to live with you because you have such an erratic schedule and all that sort of thing. And then fast forward now, I hardly really live with anyone, so it's kind of a moot point. I don't know. I think it matters more if you have a structure like school or work where you're governed by the clock. But I'm not, right? I don't set alarms. I don't have alerts. I just get up when I get up and lay down when I lay down. I can make appointments. I can be up at certain times. So it's not that serious for me. I don't have to set an alarm. I don't need 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 alarms just to get up at a certain time of day. I think I would be very restricted if I were to do that, so it's not even me. And if I ever got on a schedule where I had to do that, I would hate it. But since I'm not tied down to like a time frame, then I don't have that non-24 bullshit. I think it's a lot of nonsense. I can't say it's a lot of nonsense for someone else, but it's a lot of nonsense for me. But that's easy for me to say because I would hate to be under any kind of clock. So, because I don't have to, I can say I don't need to deal with it. So, someone else has to. But I think part of it, let me unkey here.
Keep right, and then turn right.
I think a part of it, people just have trouble adjusting to it when they're put under a clock. If you're not put under a clock, then this non-24 shit is just shit. But if you're put under a clock and you have to be up because your mom says you have to be, or someone else says you have to be, then you can make all the excuses in the world. Anything that sounds good. I just say I hate getting my ass out of bed. How's that? That's better than any non-24 or any kind of pact that they try to make. As I say, I can't speak for someone else, right? I'm not governed by that. I just sleep when I want to, get up when I want to. I think even if I was under a stringent schedule, I would make it without needing
Turn
5
right.
or 6, 7 or 8, 9 or 10 clock radios. Putting them all on snooze. That's ridiculous. Don't get up then if you feel that way. Anyways, alright, let's see.
Here
9:20,
we are.
okay.
Kind of on
Still
time.
good. At least with the time, so back to Russ.
Anybody else want to get on the cowboy mission or in that? It's 99. AA4 high, go ahead. AA4 high, go ahead now. But I forgot that. Darn, I need to move the mouse with you.
Alrighty, hey, Joe. And watching the tour of the Alps. Beautiful. Just went into Austria, so gorgeous country. And allergies are still bad here. And got most of the flowers all potted. So everything's looking nice. And anyway, drinking some coffee. And it looks like it's going to be a nice day. Colder than yesterday, but without the humidity. It was none yesterday, really, and so none today, so not bad. So, during this time of the year, I don't think I see any snow at all on the map for the U.S. I guess we've run out of snow. So, anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. And I am. I'm hanging in there. I was messing around with one of my older radios, my handhelds I had for a while, and thinking about putting that on the market again. DMR handheld, Terra 7400 handheld. So it's just 70 centimeters DMR analog, but I don't think I need but so many. You know, it's like they come, they go.